that's just the way it is. You are God alone, from before time began. You were on your throne, you are God alone. And right now, in the good times and bad, you are on your throne, you are God alone. You're the only God whose power none can contend. You're the only God whose name and praise will never end. You're the only God who's worthy of everything we can give by your plan. That's just the way it is. You are God alone, from before time began. You are on your throne, you are God alone. And right now, in the good times and bad, you are on your throne, you are God alone. You're unchangeable, you're unshakable, you're unstoppable, that's what you are. You're unchangeable, you're unshakable, you're unstoppable, that's what you are. You are God alone, from before time began. You are on your throne, you are God alone. And right now, in the good times and bad, you are on your throne, you are God alone, you are God alone. From before time began, you are on your throne, you are God alone. And right now, in the good times and bad, you are on your throne, you are God alone, you are God alone.
Oh dear, I really miss the kids.
I know. Remember how Elijah and Calista used to sit on the couch holding hands and reading books to each other. It was so cute.
Yeah, and Marley would play the piano, and we'd all gather around and sing hymns together.
Remember how the kids kept their room so clean? You didn't even have to ask them. Just so you could help with that.
Yeah, and then one time we asked Elijah to go shovel the neighbor's driveway, and he ended up shoveling like 11 people's driveways just for fun.
Do you remember Sunday mornings?
Oh, they look wonderful and perfect.
Man, they always have it put together. Just look at them.
We got our front row, guys. Nothing separates us from the word.
Yes, dear, we probably did look like we were perfect when we got to church.
Yeah, but things were much different earlier in the morning.
It's Sunday morning. It's Sunday. Get up. Bill, you gotta get up. Brush your hair. Put some makeup. Hey, get your Bibles. It's Sunday, we gotta get to church. It's Sunday. Get up, buddy, get up. Brush your teeth, wash your face. Okay. Get up. Jubal, you have to get up. It's Sunday morning. You have 30 minutes to get to church. 30 minutes!
What are you freaking out?
Bill,
What are you freaking?
Oh, what did you do to your hair?
You know those new youth leaders we got? They just keep making fun of calling me a ginger? What does that even mean? So I called up my good old buddy Tom Yartz. You know how his hair looks.
You used the stuff?
I used the stuff.
Oh, well, okay. Well, we have to go to church.
Okay.
I take a shower.
All right, go do your thing.
I need you to get the kids ready, all of them.
You laid
All
the.
six.
I'm sure you laid the clothes out yesterday for
fine,
them.
yeah.
It's gonna take me 5 minutes.
No, I need to get their clothes out. You'll have to do that.
All right, yep. Ready. Breakfast for the kids. Where's the kid? Jimmy!
I'm hungry.
You're hungry. We got some Pop-Tarts.
Can I have a sandwich?
You want a sandwich? There's some bread and butter in the cupboard. Why don't you go get some of that? All right. Connor, wake up! Wait, why are you just wandering around? It is Sunday morning. We gotta get ready for church. Your mom is gonna have a canary. Let's go. Okay, in your room, let's go.
Hi, Dad.
Where have you been?
I was at my friend's house.
Oh my goodness. You need to get going. Where's your sisters? You guys need to get going. Girls, wake up. We gotta get going. It's Sunday morning. We just gotta get going. Come on, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jubal! Wake wake up! Wake up!
My dream was...
I don't care about your dream. Dream about getting ready. Let's go. Come on. All right. Coffee. Where's the eggs? Eggs are in the microwave.
Spray you with this. My hair. Bill. I don't know what to wear, Bill. I don't know what to wear. I don't have anything. It's all winter. It's hot out. I don't know what to wear.
You look beautiful just the way you are. You take the robe off. I'm sure you have something gorgeous underneath.
I don't have it. No.
All right. Hey, hold on. I can fix this. The flower dress. You know the dress with all the flowers on it? Go get that one. That one. Oh, baby. All right. Okay, boys, girls, come on. Let's go. What's going on? What's the holdup?
I haven't finished my hair yet.
Well, what? You're gonna complain again that it's a small bathroom?
Yes.
It's 5 by 5. You need 10 by 10. You probably want 2 vanities also, don't you? Well, let's go. Come on.
I don't want to go to church. I don't look good. I don't look as good as her. No, all you need to do is brush your hair. Just brush it. Come on, just brush your hair. Yeah, it'll be okay. We'll just brush your hair. Good job. You'll do it. Perfect. We are all just about ready.
All right, guys, you ready? Where is everyone? Come on, casters! It's Sunday! We gotta get going! Come on! Video games can wait. It's Communion Sunday! We gotta go! All aboard!
Hi, breakfast. Here's your help. Help, let's go. Come on.
Nice dress, hon.
Yeah, flowers.
I forgot my shoes.
Jesus didn't wear shoes. We're okay. Permission slip. The youth leaders and Laura, they don't look at those anyhow.
Okay.
What?
Bill.
What? No, we're... No. Why do we...
I forgot our offering.
The offering... No.
It was on the roof.
It's on the roof. There's envelopes in the front of the church. Just grab those and just put it in the plate. We'll be fine.
I want to take my shoes off too.
No. Keep your shoes on, please. We're gonna get to...
My hair just looks so good today.
One more comment about your hair, and I swear I'm jumping out the window.
Do it.
No.
Darn it! One more comment like that, I'm taking this van right off the next bridge.
Hey, Dad.
What?
Mr. President's right there, and if we don't beat him, we know we're doing something wrong.
Bill's not gonna beat me this Sunday. All right, guys, we made it. All right, Jimmy, remember, Sunday school, don't pick your toes. If you have the urge, just put your socks on your hands. That worked last time. Connor, please don't sleep during the service.
That is not a fair...
Pastor Jerry gets really insecure about that. At least fold your hands so if you're not off, it looks like you're praying.
That's a good one.
Okay, girls, oh, Maddie, Snapchatting during the service, no, none of that. All right, and girls, this is the last thing. Hannah, I include you in this
I'm
one.
ready to go.
All right,
I'm gonna be late.
no, we have to make sure we have this under control. When we sing, one hand is okay. One hand's all right when we're singing. But if you put that second one up during the second time through, that's okay. But when you start to sway, that's like a complete return from sender from God. All right, so remember, we love each other. We can do this, all right? All right. Oh, Jewel, it's communion. Just one cracker, please. All right, go to Niagara's plate. They're always full. All right? All right, let's do this, Kesters.
Oh dear, as I look back on it now, sure was a struggle with the kids. And not everything went just the way we wanted it, but God knows our hearts. We didn't have it all together, but who does?
I know, nobody does, except for the pastor and his family.
All right. How many can relate to that? Yes. If you don't mind moving that. All right. I just want to take a minute here while we rearrange the stage a little bit. I just want to thank all you fathers. It's hard being a dad. I got 2 little girls. I always thought it was going to be super easy, but it's not. A lot of prayer, fantastic wife, and the God of the universe on my side. I can do all things, and so can you. And I just thank each and every one of you for being here, for the fathers of the students here, for other students that may not be here today or may be here later. Thank you so much. It's just been a privilege the last several months working with your kids. They're a joy. They're a blessing. I'm so proud of how well they're going through today. Such a great group. I would like to just take a minute or two to recognize the fathers. So, all fathers, can you please stand up? I'm a big gift giver, for you that know me. So I'd like to recognize 2 different types of fathers. We're going to try to figure this out together as a group, try to do this orderly and quickly. Pastor Jared's already looking at his heart. So I would like to find out first, who's been the father the longest? So think about the age of your children. That's a good way to start. How many of you have been a father for 40 years? Show of hand. 40? 40 years? 40 years. All right. What about 45 years? 45 years. 50 years. 50 years. All right. We have a winner. All right. I have here for you a fuel treatment and stabilizer. Not that you're unstable, but you've gone on a long journey, and you've done very many amazing things as a father. And sometimes you just need a little energizer to keep you going on the next leg of your journey. One more. I'm going to try to say this. I've been rehearsing this all night on how to say this so it's understandable. Do we have any first-time dads recently this year? All right, I didn't think so. So now we're going to, now the hard part. Now we're going to try to figure out who's become a father for the first time the earliest or became a father again the earliest. So anyone had a child in the last year? Last year. 18 months. Let me hear 18 months. All right. Anyone inside 18 months? Inside 16 months? Going once, twice? All right. Pastor Jared. I have here a diaper. Those are very important at times. And inside this diaper, that's a lot of pressure. It's not pastor. Just getting this from me. 2008 rookie class fad hat. You may say, well, what does this mean? How does this relate to anything? That wasn't a very good class. But what you can understand, what you can take away from this, is that with God on our side, we don't have to worry about the world's accolades. We don't have to worry about where we measure up with what other people and how they rate us. And as a father of 2, hopefully more, that we can encourage you as a church family, and that, as you continue to strive as a father, as a pastor, leading us, that God will do amazing things through you with your children. So thank you. Thank you, fathers. At this time, the children's church can be dismissed.
All right. Set this here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Am I on? Yes. Am I good? You hear me? Yes. All right. Okay, so I'm Pastor Jared. That's my wife, Mallory. I am Jared. I'm not Pastor Jared. But Elijah and I will be doing a message today. So let me just start by opening with a word of prayer. God, just thank you for everyone that is here today. Please give me and Elijah the words to say. Please just prepare everyone's hearts for the message we have. Just speak through us. Give us confidence, give us boldness, and I pray that through all of this, you would be glorified and we would know you better and grow closer to you. In your name I pray, amen. All right, so if you have your Bibles, and I hope you do, open to Matthew 27, 11 to 26. That's going to be our main text for this morning. So, get ready here. Alright, so this is Jesus' trial before Pilate. And leading up to this, Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane. I can't say that word. He was in the garden last night. And he was praying, God, please take this from me. I know what's going to happen. I don't want it to happen. But the soldiers came. They took Jesus, and so Jesus has gone from house to house all night, being questioned, beaten, from trial to trial. They've been trying to basically convict Jesus and trying to find him guilty. And all through the night this has been going on, and now we come to Jesus' trial before Pilate. And Jesus has been up for a very long time. He's tired. He's a broken man right now, and so I'll just start reading, I guess. So, verse 11, Now Jesus was standing before Pilate, the Roman governor. Are you the king of the Jews? The governor asked him. Jesus replied, You have said it. But when the leading priests and the elders made their accusations against him, Jesus remained silent. Don't you hear all these charges they are bringing against you? Pilate demanded. But Jesus made no response to any of the charges, much to the governor's surprise. So, we're painting this picture. Jesus is on the stage with Pilate, and we have a huge crowd of people before him. And the Pharisees are there, and the Pharisees are making all these accusations against him, saying, this man deserves death. He deserves punishment. He deserves to die for what he's done. And much to Pilate's surprise, Jesus doesn't say anything. He doesn't try to defend himself. He doesn't try to say, I didn't do anything. I'm innocent. What did I do? Jesus doesn't say anything. And so now it was the governor's, verse 15, now it was the governor's custom each year during the Passover celebration to release one prisoner to the crowd, anyone they wanted. And this year, there was a notorious prisoner, a man by the name of Barabbas. And as the crowds gathered before Pilate's house that morning, he asked them, which one do you want me to release to you? So Pilate stands on the stage. And we have a man, Barabbas, and we have Jesus. And Pilate says, which one do you want? Which one are you going to choose? I'm giving you guys the choice. You get to pick who you want. And we don't know much about Barabbas, but Mark 15:7 tells us Barabbas is a revolutionary who had committed murder in an uprising. So Barabbas took someone's life. Barabbas is a murderer. Barabbas deserves to be up there. He deserves to die. He's a bad man, and he's a sinner. He's a criminal, and he deserves to be where he is. And then we have Barabbas compared to Jesus, who's sinless. He's innocent. He hasn't done anything wrong. All he's done is heal and perform miracles and restore, and he's just helped people, and he's never sinned. He's never had a bad thought. He's never done anything wrong. And so Pilate says, which one do you want? Do you want Jesus or do you want Barabbas? So verse 18, he knew very well that the religious leaders had arrested Jesus out of envy. Jesus knew that the leaders arrested Jesus out of envy. And just then, as Pilate was sitting on the judgment seat, his wife sent him this message: "Leave that innocent man alone. I suffered through a terrible nightmare about him last night." So while this is going on, Pilate's wife comes to Pilate and says, this man is innocent. God showed me through a dream. I know this man's innocent. And meanwhile, while that's going on, and Pilate's talking to her, verse 20, meanwhile, the leading priests and the elders persuaded the crowd to ask for Barabbas to be released and for Jesus to be put to death. So while Pilate and his wife are talking, and Pilate's wife is like, Jesus is innocent. Don't do anything to him. He doesn't deserve this. The Pharisees are all saying, to the crowd, yes, he does. Let's kill him. Everyone say Jesus, or say Barabbas to release, and that we want Jesus to be crucified. So it goes on, verse 21. So the governor asked again, "Which of these two do you want me to release to you?" So the crowd shouted back, obviously, "Barabbas! We want Barabbas!" And then, where'd that go? Pilate responded, "Then what should I do with Jesus, who's called Messiah?" So let's just step back for a second and just look at this. The crowd made the worst decision ever. You have Jesus compared to Barabbas. Barabbas is a murderer. He's killed someone, and Jesus hasn't done anything wrong. The crowd says, "Yeah, we want Barabbas. We're gonna have Barabbas." Are you kidding me? If I was Jesus doesn't say anything, and if I was Jesus, I'd be like, I didn't do anything. I'm getting put to death, and this guy gets to walk free, and he's murdered someone and killed someone, and all I've done is help people and love people, and I'm gonna die for it? That's so unfair. It's stupid. The people made the worst decision ever, but Jesus, he doesn't say anything, because Jesus knows God's will. Jesus knows that God has to treat Jesus like Barabbas in order to treat Barabbas like Jesus. And that's the first bullet point in your bulletin, if you write stuff down. But Jesus knew God's will. He knew that God was going to have to treat Jesus like a criminal, like a murderer, like someone who did the things Barabbas did. Even though he didn't, it's not fair. Jesus doesn't deserve it, but that's how he has to be treated so that Barabbas can be loved by God. And so the people shouted back, "Crucify him." Why? Pilate demanded. What crime has he committed? This Roman official is like, what did Jesus do? I don't know what he did. Why do you guys want to, do this to him? But the mob roared back even louder, "Crucify him." So Pilate saw he wasn't getting anywhere and that a riot was developing. So he sent for a bowl of water and washed his hands before the crowd, saying, "I'm innocent of this man's blood. The responsibility is yours." So Pilate doesn't want anything to do with this. Pilate knows this man's innocent. He says, "I'm going to literally wash my hands because I know that this is wrong. I know that this man shouldn't be crucified. But you people want to do it so bad, and you're going to start rioting. So, okay, you guys can do it." And the people yelled back, "We will take the responsibility for his death. We and our children." So, these are the people that the week leading up to it were in support of Jesus. They followed him around. They were like, this guy's awesome. And now they're like, let's crucify him. Us and our children will take this on us. They're just so against Jesus out of nowhere. And so Jesus has to get crucified and Barabbas walks free.
Verse 26. So Pilate released Barabbas to them. He ordered Jesus flogged with a lead-tipped whip and then turned him over to the Roman soldiers to be crucified. So Barabbas is on the stage. The Roman soldiers come, they unlock him. He walks off the stage into the people. He's like, "Yeah, my people got me. The people love me. I'm so cool. It's the people that got me out." He doesn't realize that it's Jesus that sacrificed himself and it's God sacrificing his Father. He thinks that it's the people that set him free, and he's putting all of his trust into the people. So he goes away from here, and all the focus is switched on to Jesus' crucifixion, and Barabbas goes away and goes back to his selfish ways and doing what he wants. When I was researching Barabbas, I came across that the translation of Barabbas' name into Hebrew, the first part of his name, the bear part, means son, and then the second part, Abba, means father. So his name literally means son of a father. So all of us are sons of a father, today being Father's Day. And I think this really closely compares that we are Barabbas in this situation. Oftentimes in life, we'll either see what Jesus has done and we'll ignore it and say, no, I don't want any part of it, and go and live our selfish lives. Or sometimes we'll ignore it altogether and not even acknowledge that Jesus did anything and just do whatever we want. See, Barabbas walks away from Jesus, never turns around and says, thank you for everything you've done for me. I owe you my life. None of that. He just walks away. And I think a lot of times in our lives, we do that as well. When we're born, human nature is sinful. We're born with wicked hearts. And without Jesus, we're automatically sinful, living our selfish lives, going to whatever we want, desiring what we want, prideful, living so that we can have pleasureful lives. We want to please God, or please people, and like the skit when they all came to church so that everybody would think they had it all put together. We always are trying to please people, and I think that we should really be trying to please God and make sure our hearts are pure and not the outsides of our bodies. Colossians 3:5 says, so put to death the sinful earthly things lurking within you. Have nothing to do with sexual immorality, impurity, lust, and evil desires. Don't be greedy, for a greedy person is an idolater. So I really want to look at the second part of the first sentence, the earthly things lurking within you. I think this verse confirms that, like I said earlier, all humans naturally have evil things within us. We want to live the ways that the earth tells us to, the worldly ways. The things that are like, oh, you have to have the nicest car and the nicest house, and you have to have a wife or a husband, and you have to have a lot of money, and you have to be whatever you want to be. Romans 3:23, for we all have sinned and we fall short of God's glorious standard. So I think this is really important because it's not God